Oh man, I like that. That sounded a little Twilight Zone going all crazy and everything. All right, guys. So y'all know what today is. Today is
the way it's gonna sound when the bomb hits, or
what the heck?
Bomb, dude?
Oh no! Here we go. Here goes this
The
guy.
nuclear bomb?
the atomic.
Oh, the atomic.
Yeah.
That's scary.
This
Can
guy
you
really.
imagine just like you hear that first?
Oh, by the way,
That's
hi.
a warning.
I'm Ray Ray. Isn't that where we're supposed to start?
Yeah, but you know how Epi does it. All right, guys. So y'all know what today is. Today is October 15th,
Yes.
Tuesday. October 15th, a Tuesday, and we are here in Corpus Christi, and we're gonna get into some conversations. And like always, we tuned in. We took over your Facebook, and we took over your TV channel, your YouTube, your OnlyFans. I mean, sorry,
Hey.
I'm thinking of my other show right now.
What's up,
But we got Ray Ray in the house. What's up, Mr. Ray Ray?
Beautiful Tuesday, man. We're back in action. Atomic Talk, you know it.
Oh yeah, we got Sylvia in the house.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. We got
Oh, like, wait, they responded. What the hell?
we got Epi in the house.
Hello, everybody. How we doing?
Epi, what the hell are you wearing, Epi?
Check it out.
What had happened was
Epi went all old school and went poncho on us, guys. Epi is wearing a poncho.
It's because it got cold here.
And then we got me in the house, and then we have a special guest in the house. We got Mr. Carlos in the house. Carlos, how you doing, man? Good to have you on the show, man.
Hey, thank you so very much. This is the first time I do a podcast, and I'm a broadcaster. I've been a broadcaster for years. I'm so excited to do it. When Ray reached out to me, I said, absolutely, yes, I'd love to do it. I'm a fan, so.
And I'm so glad.
Thank you.
I'm so glad that you got to come on the show, man, because we actually tune into your shows, and we tune into your morning show. We for all the people that are actually, you know what? Hold on, I got to put these comments on here. Okay. All right. So for all the people that are tuned in right now, we actually y'all actually know Carlos. Carlos has been doing the broadcasting world for a good minute, guys, a good while.
How many years already, Carlos?
We've been
With
on the air
Magic.
for 35 years.
35 years.
Wow.
35 years. Wow. That's amazing. That's something that's beyond amazing right there. I know that you have radio Magic here in Corpus Christi. I know that there's another station as well that you have here. What is that one?
We have about several here in Corpus Christi. We have Magic Tejano 104.9 and 93.5. We have KOUL 107.7, KINE 1330 AM. KXCM 94.3. We have TV as well with Tejano music videos, and we're on Roku as well. So, and that's in this market in Corpus Christi. And God's been real good to us. We're in San Antonio. We own K Alamo Tejano 98.9 and 92.1 on the Riverwalk as well. And we got a couple of stations on top of the hemisphere on La Preciosa 105.7 and the Bull 93.3. KQSA 97.9. That's in San Antonio.
Goodness.
that is amazing.
And we're in Victoria, and we own Magic 95 in Victoria. I built 96.9 in downtown Houston, 92.3 in Houston, the fourth largest city in the country, and I built a new one on 105.3 in Houston. So we're serving almost 7 million people in the greater Houston area. We're down in the Rio Grande Valley, Las Cruces, New Mexico, when we were in Austin, Texas as well. So, and all the glory to God, Matt, because it's not possible if it was in his grace. And I'm very grateful for that.
That like by far is amazing. By far amazing for one big reason, man. I don't know if y'all understand this, to the people that are watching right now, guys. I don't know if you understand this. This means this is Corpus Christi blood. This is Corpus Christi community blown up throughout all these cities, throughout our state. I mean, come on, guys. I mean, that's an amazing accomplishment, and I'm very glad that you're in here, man. I want to kind of bring a thing on there, man. KTMV.
Yes, sir.
Man, KTMV was one of the coolest things that came on, and I always remember there was a country music TV, there was a MTV, there's BET, and then when y'all came up with the KMTV was like That's it. Y'all took over the whole the thing here. That was so amazing. To all the people that are tuned in from out of state and out of cities, KTMV is a local channel for us, and it's a channel that provides you with. They do have some live shows here, but a lot of your Tejano music being played, y'all's videos and everything. So that's I know all the other cities and all that. Y'all don't got that, so we are privileged, and it's a blessing to have it here in Corpus Christi, man. That's really cool.
You know, a story that my father and my mother are no longer here with us, and I wanted to share this with the audience because I think it's a very beautiful story. Because I don't know if you guys have seen those carpas. They're revivals, you know, where people go to church and things of that nature. This is in the 1980s. My father and my mother used to go there. And I'll never forget a beautiful story that I want to share this so we can memorialize it, so it can stay here with us, with this show forever as well, because I haven't really spoken about this as much. My mother, who had a lot of faith, went to the preacher. She didn't really talk on the microphone. My father was a broadcaster, but not my mother. My mother was a mother of 12 children. I'm number 5 of 12. We're a big family out of Robstown. And she went to this revival, and the preacher was there. And they pongan sus peticiones aquí, vengan aquí, y vamos a orar para que se haga una realidad lo que quieren. So my mom wrote, I want my husband and my son to have a radio station. And she took the paper up to the minister. There was music. Imagine Paulino Bernal playing up there. Everybody's raising their hands and this and that. And the pastor said, stop the music. Stop the music. Esta señora viene aquí pidiendo una petición. She's asking for a petition for God to bless his son and her husband with a radio station. And I'm here to tell you, no, señora. You should have seen my mother's face turn white, purple. Everything goes, no, señora. No, señora. Dios no le va a dar una estación de radio a tu esposo y a tu hijo. Le va a dar muchas estaciones.
Oh,
wow.
And it became a reality, man.
That is so
I
cool.
share when I mentioned all the stations that a few minutes ago. I want you to know that if you put a lot of faith and everything and really ask God to be with you, this is why, you know, I was a farm worker, man. I used to work on not picking cotton, but cleaning the cotton back in the day. And here I am, a broadcaster all these years, man.
You're not gonna know this, but I don't know if you're familiar, but Sylvia, which is my wife, is actually I don't know if you know, but she's actually your neighbor from back, you know, years and years ago. Yeah, Robstown. Yeah, she was your neighbor behind you back there.
Oh, okay.
And one day
on Avenue D,
going towards E.
You're on the other side.
Yeah,
I got you. With Noelia and Rudy Villarreal. That side?
Okay.
No, right behind you.
So we lived on E and Claremont. And so we lived the house right in the corner of E and Claremont. We lived right behind that house.
Where.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a little house back then.
Yes,
I was a teenager.
Yeah, and I used to go over there, and I remember seeing y'all out there, and I was like, "Hey, I know them," and you know, it was pretty cool.
Hey, they got a football team. Oh, they're brothers.
We do the turkey bowl. We do everything. And people would say, "Are they selling cars there or something?" No, there's 12 in their family. It's just a family.
So I guess let's get down to a little bit of knowing a little bit about you. Are you from Corpus Christi, from Robstown, or?
Well, we're 12 in our family, and the first 7 boys were born in San Antonio. We were actually born in San Antonio, but we were raised in Robstown. And so and because my parents were from there. And, you know, so I remember talking to my dad several times and telling him, Dad, why didn't we move to Robstown, man? We're like in the 7th largest city in the country. We're in San Antonio, you know. But I think he wanted to he knew how aggressive big cities were, and he wanted to preserve the family. It was very important to him to keep it together, and the temptations of life and things of that nature. So he felt that there was power with family around. My grandmother was from here. I mean, she lived nearby, and that's why he brought us back.
That is so
I got
cool.
a quick question. The 1330, that was used to be like Tejanita, right?
It's not Tejanita Cristiana, right?
Shit, I was like 18. I was a DJ there.
Really?
Or in Petronila, when it was in Petronila.
When it was Conjunto?
Yeah, when it was Conjunto.
So you were with Mari Mari, also Adan de la Rosa used to be there. Johnny Canales' brother used to be there. What is your name?
Epifanio, Epi Cruz.
Epi Cruz.
I was only there for maybe a couple of months. El Perico, I think that was his name.
La Perica.
La Perica Perez.
He's the one that gave me the opportunity. It was in the morning.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. And I was there for
we
a
were in
couple of months.
like in a portable building, ¿verdad?
Yeah,
The studio was that. Yeah.
A little trailer home.
Did you talk on the radio?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
talked.
KINE 1330 AM has been here since World War II. It's been in Kingsville, Claiborne County. My father and I purchased it. There was 2 stations that were being for sale back in the 1990s, and KINE 1330 AM was one, and 97.5 was the other one. The Dodson family, who everybody knows here in South Texas, is the owners of Whataburger. They bought 97.5, which is the Waves, and then they changed it to Real Country. But it's still here. And we bought the AM. My father and I bought the AM. And we recently converted it after we didn't do that for years. It's been Christian. It's been Christian for many, many years.
Oh, wow.
They were
Yeah,
about-
I think when I was there, it was back in 1990.
something, yeah.
Yeah, like 98.
Yeah.
Oh, that's when the
Yeah.
dinosaurs were out there?
No, it was before 2000. It was like 97, 98 when
Yeah.
I was out there.
And did you have a
was
nickname on the radio or something?
Epi.
Nada más
Just
Epi.
Epi. Yeah.
Great.
I wasn't there for too long.
We call them different things here, but
Yeah.
He has a lot of nicknames here.
So the
Sex
big
is the main
question, the big question to ask you, are you a cotton picker?
I am a cotton picker. I love it. I graduated in 1983. We just had our 40th reunion, and I'm a cotton picker. 100%.
so you know what? No, hold on. We always talk about high school football here. We get into our little subjects and we go into high school football. So your daughter is a King Royalette,
She is.
and
Allison.
you're from Robstown High School.
Yes, that's
they
correct.
met up a couple of weeks ago. How did you feel being with your alma mater on one side and your daughter on the
Well,
other?
and we went to the other side, where Robson with our green shirts and everything.
Dang.
And even though we love and they love me, they were still looking at me kind of ugly. they take their pride very, very seriously.
yeah,
you
they
know,
do.
and that's okay. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the fun thing of it, though. You know, that's the whole fun of the high school football. You know, is to back up your kids and to enjoy it and to take your school that you went to and put it out there. You know, that's amazing. When it gets really bad is when the parents think that they're the ones playing, not the kid no more, and that's the problem they get into there. But also I know that you have you and Havo, which Havo's been on our show before. Yes. I know y'all have a morning show, and I see that that's blowing up out there, man. I see that a lot of people are tuned in. I was actually sitting down with a friend of mine, and I said, "Yeah, man, we have Carlos going to be on the show," and he's all like, "Oh man, I watch his morning show. I hear his morning show," and I was like, "Yeah, well, he's gonna be on it, so he should be tuned in here too to be maybe to ask some questions." But
I met Havo in when Selena passed away.
95.
In 1995, and we back in the day, these things are so easily accessible now. Back in 1995, they were in a suitcase.
I remember that.
I remember those.
Yeah, they were real
big old battery.
Yeah, a big one. We were about to build the station in Victoria, and we were having lunch, and we had pagers back then. And my brother Manny started sending me a 911. People used to send messages like that, and we would read them, And I told my brother, I said, "Well, call him." But I already knew my brother Manny. He was like 911. And
I'm
he would
hungry.
call him,
I'm
I'm hungry. Bring me a Coke, So we didn't think much of it. But then I said, you know what? He's very persistent. And that's when we called the station. He goes, "Hey, something happened with Selena." And so we had Rick Sanchez, and he went to the Memorial Hospital, and I went to Days Inn. And I saw people, and since I study law, I have a degree in law. I told my brother, I said, "Start recording everything. We have to be very careful what we say. She's the assumed shooter, not the person. You can't
Right.
condemn her
Right.
because. So there were some mistakes from some other radio stations here in town. They said there was a love affair and stuff like that,
Yes, yes.
and they had to pull them away. But we kept on live all the way through. So we saw Yolanda, we saw everything that was happening. And there was a young guy, blue eyes, looking through the crowd and what have you. And it was a howl. He was a young guy. And he came up to me and said, "Hey, I want to do what you guys do." And I said, "Well, come on down to the radio station." I gave him the address where we're at, and he showed up. And it's funny because he came in and, we used to play records back in the early 90s and CDs and stuff like that. We showed him this button, this button, this button. And, and he literally, we said, "Okay, we'll see you later."
Y'all good luck.
You threw him in the water.
We threw him in the water, and that's
so
how he
cool.
learned. That's how
That's
he learned how
awesome.
to broadcast. And he does the show now with Primetime with those compadres. They've been so
cool.
successful, so
That's I
successful.
like that story. That's awesome.
Yeah,
I'm trying to send a thing out to Havo on there so we can maybe get a call in with him or something
that would
like
be
that.
great.
As soon as he finds out you're here, he'll
Yeah. So with all that, I know the radio station's doing great. I know that the KTMV was a big success there. Your show going on. I really wanted to also conversate with you about special needs kids.
Yes, sir.
And I know I actually went out one day to go with Ray to go and DJ. He needed some help to go DJ at King High School.
Yes.
And I was there and I was setting up the sound and everything. And then I actually saw you walk in and you have I guess you have a special needs kid.
A daughter.
You have a special needs daughter. And man, I kid you not, she's so beautiful, man. She was just enjoying the music and dancing the night away, man. And, I kind of wanted to, I guess, get a little background, like how's life and, maybe you can kind of assist somebody who is new to the whole special needs kids and who's they think that's it, I don't have, what do I do, how do I do this, and it becomes a very I don't have a special needs kids, but I know that people reach out to me and ask me, hey, I don't know what to do, I don't know how, I don't know where to seek help, I don't know what's available for us. And I was me and Ray were talking and he said, Carlos would be one that can elaborate on it. I know that you said, did you actually have more than one special needs kid, right?
And in 1993, my wife and I had our first son, our second child. Our first daughter was born typical like all of us. She has her bachelor's degree, her master's degree. And my son, Eric, was born with autism in 1993. And 94, 95, no one knew what that was. The only point of reference was the Rain Man. And he was Asperger's. He was kind of high functioning. But it was an introduction to what that was. And so I remember my wife coming home from Driscoll and saying, well, they said that he's autistic. And I'm like, great, he's an artist. I thought she had said artistic.
Oh, okay,
I
okay.
didn't understand that, and that's because I had a degree. I didn't know anything about it.
Wow.
And early intervention is, to the parents that are listening and watching us right now, early intervention is the most important thing for you to get them into therapy, speech, and OT, and things of that nature. There's a lot of resources with Eric. It was so hard. We never went to restaurants because there was those little claw things, machines that were in most restaurants.
Yes.
And he wanted away. He would cry and yell, and people would see him. And he looked so typical like you and I that people said, oh, no, mas chiflao. They didn't understand that the light, the sound was affecting them and things of that nature. And it was hard to calm them down. They're very repetitious. They say that's how they cope with their what's happening to them. Mm-hmm. And Eric, it was a big learning curve for us. And parents that are having that have a child that recently was perhaps diagnosed with autism or Down syndrome or any disability, it's not a death sentence. It's not the end. It's just the beginning to a beautiful journey if you allow yourself to see the beauty of this as well. So with Eric, we saw there's ARD meetings at school, there's therapy, there's a lot of resources you can get. They're entitled to speech, OT at school, and also like at Driscoll Children's Hospital to help them, and you'll be surprised, some of them are in the higher spectrum and some of them are a little bit lower and what have you. So our third daughter, our third child, Allison, my wife and I waited 13 years to have Allison. Because we were dealing with Eric and everything that he was going through, and I wanted to share this with the audience. I remember when Allison was born. I'm from Robstown, so we are very mean. Like sometimes we can be very mean, and like I don't know, we're not thinking. I guess when Allison was born, I was so angry at God. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds after she had just been born, the doctor looked at me and said, "Hey, has she been tested for Down syndrome?" I'm like, why would God do this to us? I mean, we waited 13 more years, I come from a big family, a family of 12, and I believe there's power in numbers. I got your back, Ray. I love you, man. You know what I mean? And we got each other as family, looking out for each other. And I felt like, who's going to watch him now? Now I have to deal with Allison. And I was so angry at God. I spoke to him so ugly that day when he was born. My wife didn't even know. And I felt at that moment, God should have stroked me because you don't disrespect them that way. But I was so angry, and I fell asleep on the floor. So I'm dealing with radio station issues. I got Eric at the house. I got my wife who's very sick. I got my daughter Allison in the ICU, and God put me in a very deep sleep. And most people are not capable of inventing the story that I'm sharing with you right now because we just don't have that capacity. We don't think that way. So I know it's spiritual. As I was on the floor asleep, waiting for my wife to wake up, I had a very powerful dream. I saw a beautiful angel flying, and he landed at the gates of heaven. When he opened his wings, he had 2 babies, and one was typical like all of us, and the other one was Down syndrome. And I saw God. He was like in the garden. He was like a human like us. But I never saw his face. He was working and looking at the flowers, the roses. And Peter was, I guess, at the gate of heaven and said, "Hey, God, I have to deliver these 2 babies tonight. One is typical and the other one's Down syndrome. Who do I send them to? And who do I send the baby with Down syndrome to?" And God said, he waited and said, "How did the Lopez's do with the first angel I sent them 13 years ago? Yeah, they're doing a great job. Send it to them. I trust them." And I got up and I got on my knees and I said, "I'm sorry, God, that I spoke to you that way. Help me to be a great parent, a great advocate for my daughter." And here she is, getting ready to graduate as senior.
And she was born on Cinco de Mayo.
She was Cinco de Mayo. I told the doctor, I said, "You're not going to go see Oscar de la Hoya fight. She can't be born on May the 6th. That's a horrible day. It has to be Cinco de Mayo."
and when I saw her out there, man, she's just dancing away, loving the music, loving the whole lights, loving, everything out there, man. And, a lot of people tend to just kind of shut, and thinking, it's just, it's a deal that they were dealt and that it's really, it was a bad thing. I mean, at the end of the day, like the way you said, they're angels and they're your babies no matter what.
No matter what.
And the babies, I promise you, they will always shine. Absolutely. No matter what. No matter what the issue is, they're always going to shine and they're always going to do amazing things and incredible things. And what's most craziest thing is though, one thing that I've always learned was, as I had my kids, one of them brought me a picture and I was all like, "Oh my God, this is like so amazing. This is like so cool." And then I showed it to a friend and they're like, "What is that?" it's one of those things that you just love from your kid.
That's correct.
That you can know that their imagination is already, and you know what they're doing. It could just be a line.
Yes.
And you're like, oh my God, that's like the heart of, what it is. And then you show it to, a friend of yours and they're like, what is that? Yes. And, it's just so amazing. And, I feel, I was actually at a football game as well. I don't know if you saw me there, but I was at a football game and your son was out there, and it was you and your son, I believe. Yes. And he was watching the game. He's out there, and it's so, I've been to places and they have a special needs kid and they're struggling to cope with their kid and everything, and you were just so free. You were just so freely, hey, come over here. And I don't know how amazing that looked. He's like, I believe he had like headphones on or something like that. Right. And he's just paying attention to you. He knows that you're right there. He knows he's safe. He knows he's okay. Yes. And some of the parents out there, they're like, how do I get to that level of making them safe? How do you, and that's one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you on and, just kind of give your whole thoughts on, how to cope with it, how to wake up, what is your everyday life?
It's very typical, like all of you guys, any parent that's watching us right now that have children, it's very basic. It's the same thing, but sometimes, like Allison had, Eric did not. Allison couldn't eat. Even today, she eats soft foods. She was aspirating when she was born. That means that when she would drink her milk, a little bit of milk would stay here in her throat, and when she would breathe in, some of it can go into her lungs, and she can get pneumonia and she can die. You have to be very careful. And there's little things. She had a G tube in her tummy, so she would eat with the machine. Even today, she's going to be this Cinco de Mayo. She'll be 18. And she's never tasted her cake in her life. She doesn't eat hamburgers, fried chicken, any of the bad stuff that we all like. Tortillas. She doesn't eat any of that. She eats only soft foods and stuff. But, there's challenges. And I think one of the things is that do not hit the panic button. If you have a child with special needs, don't hit the panic button. Just pray, ask God for wisdom, pray for wisdom, and pray for patience and guidance as well. And he will help you. He'll guide you. There's a lot of resources. The Rice School of Corpus Christi is a great start. If they're babies right now, they're right here. You can apply and you can get them in there. And there's grants for you to start before they start school.
What is the name of that place?
Rice School of Corpus Christi. Right, they're right here off of Staples and Doddridge or Weber.
What do they actually do for them there?
It's a school that early prevention. They get special therapies as well, like speech and OT, and they attend the school. So whenever they do, I think they start when they're babies until they're 5 years old. So when they get to go to school,
they're ready to
go. They understand.
That's awesome.
It was started by a family, the Rumleys. They're lawyers here in town. And they had a baby that had Down syndrome, and that school was started because they didn't see that there was any resources here in town. And so they created this school for their son, and others have been blessed because of it.
Wow, that is that's so amazing. With your daughter, she's 18 years old, and then your son, how old is he already?
Eric is 30.
30? Oh, 30. Wow. Oh, yeah. You said it was 13 years.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Well, 30. Eric is 30. Allison is 17. And Anthony, the one with the earphones, he's 12. He just turned 13 years old. Tiene 13. He's 13 years old. And he has ADHD and he's autistic as well. So, but he's more verbal. He talks to you. Unlike Eric, didn't talk. So there's variations as well. I think that's important for us to point out to the audience as well. Of autism, there's variations of extreme, medium, and more in some light as well. There's Asperger's, they're like very smart. Like Eric, I remember when I had a computer and I had a Gates computer. That was just the beginning of the internet.
Computers, yeah.
And he came in one day, he goes, Dad, computer X. DELL. That's a good brand. Wanted me to upgrade. Now,
that's the way to.
Now we have apples, and he can run actually two of them at the same time. I don't know how, but he knows how.
You know, we got a pro podcast network. Says saludos, Carlos Lopez, and to the entire Atomic Talk family out there. That's a pro podcast network.
Wonderful.
You know, one day I have a little cousin as well who I guess is special needs. And one day, man, I was at the store, and he came up to me, and he's talking, and I said, "Yeah, how's it going?" He says, "Good. Are you gonna go watch Garfield?" And I said, "Garfield?" He's yeah. And one of the most craziest things is how much knowledge he had.
Yes.
He had so much knowledge. He tells me it starts at 7:30. The first show starts at 7:30. And did you know that so and so is going to be on there? And he tells me, "Are you going to watch a Twister as well?" And I said, "Twister?" He's yeah, Twister's going to come out the week right after, and that one's going to be airing at 6:20, and that's with so and so and so and so. And I turned around and I said, "This guy's a genius."
Yes.
You know, I mean, okay, so like, how much money are they paying to get this computer to put all these times and everything? They just put him there, and he's golden. I mean, he loved it. He's all, Garfield's gonna be, and I was all like, wow, that is so cool. And so like, I really want to, like, just pick at his brain and like, man, I mean, he just had so much knowledge of everything that was going on with the movies and all that. That's so cool, man. And
I was calculating that other day. Eric's 30 years old, right? So we've been going to movies every Saturday since he was almost born. So calculate 52 weeks in 1 year and do that like 27 years. We've seen almost 1,000 movies.
Wow. So with that being said, are you platinum with Cinemark?
I'm not. I should.
Yeah, you got to be platinum with Cinemark.
But
there.
like Elon Musk and people like that, they're kind of considered like the autistic as well, but they're in the higher spectrum, like Asperger's, and you can tell their minds are working, and they're not very social. That's one of the things that when you're dealing with somebody with autism, sometimes they're not very social with other people. They're more like in their own world, and some people are kind of confused with Anthony. Sometimes I put the earphones, and one of the things, the reason I put the earphones on for him, because the light and the music and the sound is too much for him, and sometimes also out of protection, because he looks so much like you and I. You would look at him, and that's one of the dangers as well that parents have to deal with. They look like you and I, and not everybody's friendly. And if he gets too close to your space, and hey, what are you doing? Why, and you're trying to avoid a situation as well.
Yes.
So as parents, we worry about those type of things, like when bullying and stuff like that when they're in school. There's a lot of issues that one has to deal with as well, not only at school, but when you're taking them to the movies or you're taking them to the mall or to a restaurant. Some people are just not very friendly. And unfortunately.
And that is very, very good knowledge there, man. You see, and that's like I said, that's the reason why I want to, with somebody who's barely, starting off especially, that's something to think about. That's something to consider there. Of course, there's just some mean people out there. There's just some ugly people out there, but there is some amazing people as well.
Sure.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, but that is something to think about. And
with Allison, you see the Down syndrome automatically. She's special needs.
There's a physical sign,
but not in autism or Asperger's. They don't. They look just like you and I.
Yeah.
They just act loud. They're very active and things of that nature. So
they just have
and some of them are more subtle and they don't know about spacing and things of that nature sometimes, and that could be an issue.
Social cues.
We know that what's appropriate and what's not. And sometimes they don't.
So with you being a parent to 3 special needs kids, whenever you're seeking knowledge, like whenever you're taking them to get knowledge, are they helping the parent as well how to handle a special needs kid as well?
Yes. There's when you enroll your children in school, there are a lot of resources as well, not only for the kids as well. They're called AE, Adaptive Education, but they also have conferences for parents. So you can attend, and the CCISD and they'll pay for you to attend, and you can get more knowledge and about this and that, because that's how we learn as well.
And that's the thing, like I said, once again, it's not a closed door. You're open to get knowledge of it. Understand.
And you can network with other parents
Exactly.
as well and talk to them and say, hey, what do you suggest? What do you think? And,
Find support.
Find support within, and the right school is a great place for you to start, because we have friends that have been with Allison since they were children, and now a lot of them are graduating, and
that is so cool.
And they understand your pain. They understand sometimes your happiness as well. What I've tried to do with my children is get them involved. Allison, Anthony, and Eric, they all have played baseball with the special league here in Corpus with Driscoll Hospital, and the Miracle League as well. Allison does ballet folklorico. I put her in ballet I put her in with the Royalettes. She's been doing 4 years of that, and that's pretty. That's been
Before we
amazing.
go on, I want to say congratulations to her, because she actually has her picture on the beat bus, bro.
Yes.
What?
Yes. She was chosen. One of the reasons she was chosen by the American GI Forum. Allison had been performing her freshman and her sophomore year as a Royalette, but she had never performed on the field. So she would do all the routines with the girls and everything, and they would take her to the field, but she would never go and participate. And then when they were done, they would leave. Well, junior year, first game of the season, Alice versus King High School, and Alice is performing their band. They're exiting, so Allison is the Royalettes are moving in, and I'm just looking at my bag, and I'm like, "Where's Anthony? Where's Anthony?" Because he's got me on my toes. Yeah. And one of the parents says, "Hey, Allison's on the field." I'm like, "What? Allison's on the field?" And at that moment, by the grace of God, there's a guy, Chris Thompson from Channel 3, who does the Blitz. He happens to be there, and he's recording, and he goes, "What's this?" So he starts filming Allison taking the field, and she performs the best way she can.
Wow.
And
That is so
and
awesome.
they did a story about her last year on Channel 3, and it was a beautiful story. And when the American GI Forum saw that, during National Hispanic Month this year, she was chosen for the bus. So you'll see her
Congratulations.
That
for
is
one
so
whole year.
cool.
She'll be in the bus.
Well, I mean,
Royalette.
I will tell you this: the bus passes by my house every single day, so I am gonna go out there and go see if it's on that bus. I'm gonna find which number it is. I'm gonna go find out which number she's on there. We do have a comment from Havo on there. Do you see that one, Sylvia?
Oh, okay. Avo, what's up?
Yep. He says, I love this man and his God-given strength, love, and patience to raise these beautiful kids. My mentor and the person responsible for giving me my first break into radio. Thank you for all that you do, Carlos Lopez.
Thank you, Howell.
Man,
Thank you so much.
that comment disappeared like perfect timing on when you finished conversation. It like just ended. I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. So that is so cool. I have so I go out and I go eat at restaurants and drink coffee, and I network with every single person. Everybody's a friend of mine, or some kind of network, or some kind of acquaintance to me. And one day I was eating at a restaurant, Coral Cafe, Coral over there on Prescott and Horn.
Okay.
Amazing restaurant, man.
Yes.
Amazing. I'm sitting there and a lady walks in, and she is hyper. This lady is about 70-something years old. She is the most hyperest lady I've ever seen. Mm-hmm. And she's in there, and she's going. And she's sitting there, man. And I'm sitting over here, and I'm eating. It's me, Sylvia, and quite a bit of us. And she comes up to me. She's I don't know why or what, but I need to talk to you. And I was all like,
okay.
Like she's like kind of scaring me a little bit. I was all like, this is my wife right here. I'm into older ladies, but this is my wife right here. You can't do it right here. And she comes up to me. She says, I don't know what it is, but I know somehow, some way, did you have some kind of connection with something? And she goes, I am a Special Hearts.
Yes.
Special Hearts theater, and
Yes.
and she says we're looking for a building right now, and I don't know why or what, but I feel, did you know of a building that's available for me? And I said, well, that's really weird because I just came from a building and I was just looking at it, and it's, you know, for rent, and it's like 4,000 square feet. She's all like, that's exactly what I'm looking for. I was all like, this is really weird. I mean, this is like,
Wow.
you know, really crazy. And I was all like, okay. And she gives me her card, and then I finished talking. Well, we actually ended up talking for about an hour or so because she could conversate. She's all, I taught this. I taught at Moody. I taught at Cunningham. I taught at Prescott. And I was all like, hey, I went to all those. And she's all, I was an instructor for this. I did this and this and this and that. So at the end of the day, you know, she ended up knowing a bunch of people that I know, and she does the special hearts thing. And I think that's an awesome thing.
Yes.
Awesome thing that I don't know how it works, but is that something like people could come out to go see, or is that kind of more just for special hearts kids? Or
that's for children or adults or young children as well. My daughter Allison and Eric attend every Saturday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Allison does the ballet folklorico with Special Hearts, and Eric, they do presentations. They perform during the Veterans Day. They perform at the aquarium. They do all things in the museum here in Corpus Christi. They've done stuff at the Hooks game, and every weekend, every Saturday, they get together and they do art. They do music. They do shows and plays, and it's awesome. And the lady that you're referring to, her name is Sherry Davis. Yep. Sherry Davis, beautiful lady, and a wonderful another source for people to get your children involved as well. You know, back in my day, when I was growing up, the world didn't look the way it looks today. Mm-hmm. When a parent, what I remember is seeing my experiences when they would have a child with special needs. Sometimes they would put them in an institution, or they would have them, and you didn't even know that they had a child with special needs. Either maybe they were embarrassed, or I'm not sure why. You know, but it was kind of sad. And when I spoke during the National Hispanic Heritage thing for Allison, I remember that I said to the audience there, I said, the reason I do a chronology of pictures and stories about Allison, Eric, and Anthony is because I want to leave a gift to future generations of parents that so I use my Facebook for those reasons, so people can use it as a chronology and say, wow, I want to be like, I want my daughter to be like Allison one day, or I want to be like those parents that were so active with their children. It wasn't a death sentence, man. It's a blessing, and God entrusted you. That's why He gave them to you. Yep. That's why He gave them to you, because it's something, you know, you have to look at it on that sense.
Exactly. I mean, and it's the truth. I mean that you're given what you can handle, I believe. Amen. And I believe, you know, it's really, I personally, you know, I would support and do anything that I can to help out in that situation. But, you know, I do see where you're talking about back in the day where, you know, it really was, you know, just send them off, you know. Yes. I mean, it's more of a, I guess, an inconvenience maybe, or maybe they weren't ready yet. Right. But now that there's so much knowledge out there, and there's so much, I mean, there's a way of how to handle now. There's knowledge of how to handle now. I think I don't know if there was knowledge back then. I mean, I was way younger back then, so I didn't do any research on it. But now, you know, like you said, the rice thing wasn't here. School. How long has that been here?
They've been here. Well, Alice is 18, so it started about almost 20 years ago. So, but it's very new.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very new in Corpus Christi, and so if you move back to before she was born. 04, 03, 1999, there was nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, so now there's more resources. All you got to do is research it, do your homework, and you know, I wanted to tell you guys something that it was very personal to me. My mother had cancer right here. They found two she two balls, real big ones, right here in her throat. They did a biopsy, and and they found out that it was cancer, and they put the port. They were about to start chemotherapy on my mom. And with our AM station where you were talking about La Tejanita, now that we converted it, a lot of people of us were praying for it. We were praying that God would do a miracle for my mom, and because she was going up in age, and they once they Hurricane Harvey came in. I called her. I said, "Mom, I know you're about to start radiation this week. You're going to start your chemotherapy. Do you want something to eat?" So I took her a caldo, and I sat with her and I said, "Hey, Mom, are you ready? Are you ready for your therapy?" And she says, mijo, I have an appointment tomorrow, and those things that were here, I don't know where they went. I said, "What do you mean you don't know where they went?" I said, "Well, they're gone." So they did a CAT scan throughout the entire body, and they had to take the port out, and she lived 7 more years.
Wow. That's cool.
The power of God. So when my mom was in her deathbed here, a couple of years ago, I told her, "Mom, when you get to heaven, ask God, I want to ask for a favor. Ask him for if he can bless me with longevity." I think this is something that parents that have special needs children worry about. What's going to happen when I'm no longer here?
Right.
And so I asked my mom, ask God if he can give me a long life, even if it hurts. And she looked at me like, "What do you mean, even if it hurts?" I said, "Even if I have to bury my own children, that's hard."
Yeah.
That's hard because we know what they need in life. We know the cross that we carry every day. It's not an easy one, but it's doable. If you're watching us right now, and these shows are very important because it educates the public that God is with you. He doesn't abandon you, and he will bless your children, and he will give you the knowledge. Even if you either have an education or don't have an education, doesn't matter. He will give you everything you need in your heart and your mind for your children. So it's very important.
Back in the day, the life expectancy for some kids, special needs, wasn't much.
No.
It wasn't much. I'm going to tell you a story real quick. As a matter of fact, his birthday is this Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
My uncle, David, he's Down syndrome. And my grandma lived to be 92, 93. My uncle will be 61 years old this week.
Wow.
61 years old, Down syndrome. And he's alive, and he's very smart and knows
everything.
Yeah. But anyway, they're watching Happy Birthday, Tio Dave.
They're pretty special. They really are. They make me happy, man. I'm happy. I mentioned, about all the radio stations that God has been given to me. But man, like when the Caller Times asked me when my father died, he goes, "Hey, so your father was able to accomplish so much. What was his biggest accomplishment?" I said, "Well, I want to make sure that you understand what he told me, and I'm going to convey it to you. He told me to tell you that the most important accomplishment in his life, there's 12 children. His children were the biggest thing in his life, not the radio, not anything else. So make sure you write that because
exactly.
Hey, Carlos, so how many boys and how many girls in your family?
2 and 2.
No,
boys.
I mean your brothers and sisters.
Okay, ours 7 boys in a row, and then 4 girls and 1 boy. So we're 8 and 4.
Yeah,
8 and 4.
you.
Yeah.
Wow.
My father used to tell my other brothers and says, "Hey, stop being mean to your daughter. I mean, to my daughter Mena, because I didn't even want you. I was looking for her." He kept on trying to have a baby. He was looking for the first girl.
I had so many kids,
Dang
so I can pick that cotton right.
Yeah, that's right. Doing the radio stuff when we started, I know Ray has the nickname. His name is really just Ray, but it's DJ Ray. Mine is Batman.
Oh, wow.
That they used to call me the Batman when I used to do the radio show back in the 90s. And when we started the station, we all had nicknames. I didn't want the audience to know that we were like a small station or anything like. So I told all my brothers, I said, "You're gonna be prime time. I'm gonna be Batman. You're gonna be Dr. B. You're gonna be." So we would go on the air. Hey, Magic 105, because we're 105. Magic 105 coming up in a little bit. We got Manny L. Then we got Dr. B is gonna be in the house. You know, we would do that.
Yeah,
and people were like, "Oh my God, they got a big staff." It was all the family. It was radio. They can't tell.
But I mean, honestly,
That's
that's
awesome.
what it's all about. I mean,
That's right.
Hey, so one of the first times that I met Carlos,
Oh yes.
they had a remote at this Carson.
Yes, it was where Ganance Chevrolet used to be. It was Benson Chevrolet. The Benson was the owner of the New Orleans Saints. Remember? Benson Chevrolet. He's from San Antonio, and he had that place on Leopard.
Yeah, so I show up to his remote, and there's this crazy guy on the freaking roof, bro. And it
Freezing.
wasn't freezing,
It was freezing.
cold, dressed in a Batman outfit. Guess who it was? Ta-da! Carlos Lopez, man. But
I told the guy, I said, "Look, buy us a 4-hour remote. I will get on top of your building," because it had a real unique building. Have you ever seen it? It has like points. And yeah, like a star.
Oh,
and
yeah,
I was in the very top. And I said, "Well, it's gonna be sunny. It's not gonna be so cold. It's fine. I can be with it." Nobody was freezing like 22 degrees, and I was
Shaking
under
a
for 4 hours.
Golly.
A lot of
Hey,
good
so
memories.
is Aida online?
I
Is she
I
watching?
haven't seen her pop up. I have not seen her pop up.
Oh, she
Maybe
needs
shoot her a
to
message.
pop up.
And, yeah. But we do have Mercedes and Justin Melton. So Justin commented, all people are created by God. He has a purpose for all of us, and we can learn from each other. We're all special in our own way and can work together for his glory.
Okay.
Yeah.
Amen.
yeah, actually, who wrote that one?
That was Justin.
Justin.
Yes.
Okay, so Justin's actually a partner minister. I don't know how he calls it, but to me he's
A minister.
a minister.
Minister.
But he says it in a minister associate or something like that. I
Put
don't
it
know
on
is
there,
it-
Justin.
put
What's
it
the
on there.
title?
And I mean, he has some very amazing words and stuff to say, and very positive. And he was actually they were the one that actually influenced for me to do this. And
great.
they were saying that that there was a oh man, I forgot. I just lost what I was going to tell you
Yeah.
about it.
Associate pastor. he said.
Associate pastor.
Right.
Yeah, so that's exactly what he is there. Yeah,
So
but
what is
man,
that?
I just totally forgot what he's a pastor's associate.
Associate.
Yes. Come on, Epi, get it together, man. I know you know what you're doing there, man.
Well, our station and our family has always been faith driven.
Yeah.
Even the name. If you look at our name, the correct way to spell magic is
M-A-G.
M-A-G. That's correct. We spell it with the J,
J.
because for
Oh.
J for Jesus. It was always that. I here recently I put a billboard on SPID. I don't know if you guys ever saw it. It was on SPID, and I was gonna put. I was kind of like I got a little feisty, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna go a little Robson on it. And I wrote what I wanted to do, and I showed it to some people. They were shocked, like, why would you do that? So I put on the very top of it. I put La Chingona, and I put magic, and I said, and then I put 34 years of Tejano, and I'd show people, and they're like, well, wait a minute, that doesn't seem like that's who you guys are. And I prayed about it, and I'm driving in my car, and my dad decided to get in the car, and my mother decided to get in the car. Now, they're no longer here on earth, but I could feel their presence, and I heard my father, mira, Minerva, lo que quiere hacer Carlos. Quiere poner esta tontería aquí en SPID. They've never put a billboard ever in their life. Y quiere poner esta estupidez de la chingona. Seriously, that's not who we are, mijo. That's not who we are. And my mom, what do you think? No, mijo, that's mal.
Aw.
So the billboard instead said on the very top, thank you, Jesus. And then had magic in the middle. 34 years of Tejano.
now you got to
Yeah.
remember when he talks about his dad, bro. When his dad would talk, a building would rumble.
Oh, yes.
He had a
beautiful
real
voice.
deep, solid voice.
Kind of like mine.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, God.
I mean, no, he
like
That's
he
right.
talked. He talked with authority. all the time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
like he was very like with authority. You know, like Earl Jones, like this
Yeah.
is CNN.
I was gonna say Mufasa. I was gonna say,
a
yeah.
beautiful voice like that, and Ray would mimic him because he would get after me. And
Mira,
he goes to
Carlos, ponme atención. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the way he was.
That's awesome.
Así como yo.
Command authority. Yeah.
Right.
He's like, well, no, not really.
when
You can
I
tell him. You
taught-
can be honest. You can.
Yeah. Un poquito.
You remember when you were on the radio? That's the reason why you're not on there.
That's why it was only 2 months.
That's already too much.
2 weeks.
That's when the radio station got better.
So let me ask you since we asked this question so much, and it's such a big question for the Tejano industry.
Yes, sir.
Which you said 34 years. What is your opinion?
Opinion.
You went French on us. Oui, oui.
Opinion on how to bring back the Tejano world.
I think it revolves. It goes in segments, you know. It goes in circles. You know, Tejano is hot, country's hot, top 40's hot, rap is hot. Then it goes back in segments. You know, retro is hot, and it just goes around. I think we were very fortunate, you know. And when we started in 1989, my father and I, we were one of the first Spanish FMs in the United States that was owned by Hispanics. There was New York, Los Angeles. No one had there. Everybody was on the AM dial. So we were one of the first ones, and we had a lot of success. And what we had in our mind was that we wanted to play very current Tejano, make it very contemporary music. So we were very fortunate because we saw the beginning of Emilio. El Grupo Mas was already there, but here we're getting even better. And Selena.
You saw the explosion of the Tejano.
And Selena, you know, and this is a true story. Selena came in to Corpus, and my father knew that she was already very successful. But I didn't really know at that time. My father was a promoter, and I know you're a promoter. He was a promoter. I'm not I'm a creator. I create stuff, you know. And I remember we went to the Stardust Ballroom, and she performed there.
I remember
that. Abraham que tenía put $3,000 on the table and said 1,000 per KSAB, KUNO, 1,000 per KBSO, KCCT, and 1,000 for Magic. So Luis, I was there. So I see Luis Alonso Munoz come in. As a matter of fact, he just passed away. I spoke at his I spoke at his funeral, and he came out. Baran, a mí no me importa si llegó la gente. A mí me das mi dinero de $1,000. But there was only 3 people at the dance. 3 people at the dance. And then Mayo Davila came in, and Mayo's a little weird. If you ever, I want my money, man. I don't care if there's anybody here, you know, I want my money. And then my dad and I, you know, were there, and we talked to Abraham, and my dad says, keep your $1,000. I don't want it. I don't want it. But from now on, I'm going to promote Selena exclusively. And when I pick her up, these guys are going to come back. And they're going to ask you for advertising, but you better be a man of your word and stay with me only exclusively. And I'm going to promote her. We're going to play her music. We're going to do everything we need to do. Don't call the radio station. Nobody wants to talk to you. My dad was straightforward, right, Ray? Nobody wants to talk to you. Nobody likes you. I barely like you, my dad said. He goes, and he goes, we'll do the tickets. We'll do everything. Just show up and play. We brought Selena back 3 months later. We sold out the place. And we had an autograph. This is how long ago it was. You know where Sam's Club is right here on SPID? That was a Walmart at one time. Yep. And we had her first autograph party. We brought her beautiful red roses, and there was a line of people waiting till she was crying. She couldn't believe that Corpus finally accepted her. People in Corpus Christi was the last community to accept Selena. Because it's even biblical, they say they don't see your value. People would say, well, I'll pay $20 or $30 to see La Mafia and Mas, but I'm not going to pay Selena.
Yeah.
I'm not going to pay for Selena.
Yeah.
You're crazy.
It's so weird how
It's
that
like
works.
she's one of us.
She was almost like one of us.
Yeah.
But my father saw that she was being very successful in San Antonio, in the Valley, Laredo, everywhere except Corpus. So he dedicated to Elevate. I have a beautiful picture of her singing, and there's the backdrop of Magic.
The Magic.
That's awesome.
That is so cool that you get to to speak on that. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like most people cannot speak on that whatsoever, and
Yes.
that's something that you can continue to speak on.
I remember. I don't know if you remember Sugar Bear. Sugar Bear.
Yes,
Did you
of
ever
course.
meet
Yes.
Sugar Bear? We're live. We're gonna go live with Magic 105 here at the Thunderbird Flea Market, and we got a brand new band that we're gonna feature today. Go ahead, take it away, Sugar Bear. Aquí estamos, ladies and gentlemen. Aquí les presentamos Emilio Navaira at the Thunderbird Flea Market. Can you believe that?
I was there that night.
Yeah.
It was packed too, but
I
you know,
was there
I
that
mean,
night.
that was the beginning of
Yeah.
Emilio. They all paid their price to get to where they were at.
Yeah.
You know, Univision interviewed me several times about Selena, the story, because we have so many stories with her. And I remember they went through a lot of hardship, you know, and a lot of it has been documented. But not only them, Emilio, Maz, La Mafia, all of these guys have gone through a lot to get to where they're at today. Will they turn around and come again? I think so. We have great artists, Signo, Solido, Lucky Joe. There's a lot of new bands that are coming. Except I think what's happened was that like the Mas and the Cumbias, Gary Hops, all of that, Pulido, and then these guys are a little bit more conjunto driven, and the young audience wants that as well. So I think it'll work. It's just going to look a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think it's just gonna pattern out to what it goes to and
Yeah.
go from there.
Yeah.
You want to read those comments on there?
Yeah. So we have
Which one are you going with?
Chewy Local,
Okay,
and he says, "Hey, what's up, guys? It's good to see you going live again
Chewy, what are you talking about, man? We're always live every Tuesday.
every Tuesday."
Every Tuesday, like clockwork, man. You're missing out.
Kiki
It's
Perales.
like he's been waiting all week. Like, man,
Yeah,
why
I
aren't they
think
on?
so,
Why
right?
aren't they on?
And he's like, "Oh, they're on.
Now
Okay,
they're on.
great." I'm glad you're here with us, Chewy. Okay, then we have Kiki Perales. I also believe sometimes it's harder for females in the Tejano industry than for men. I don't know why, but I always felt
Here
that
we
way.
go again.
And then we have Justin again. Do you find it hard for radio with streaming and social media so much on the forefront?
That's a good question.
I think the radio had to evolve as well. We're on the internet as well.
Oh, nice.
And in San Antonio, one of the things that we've done, it's like in San Antonio, we own K Alamo, Tejano 98.9 and 92.1, is that we have the Women of Tejano. The Women of Tejano. So they have actually a radio show
Don't tell him that
hosted.
because he's
I
going to be
was just
so
gonna
mad.
say that.
He's gonna
Yeah.
get so
Let
mad.
me guess, y'all gonna have a radio station just for women. Probably. That's probably where it's going.
No, they have a show for I think an hour or two, and they feature all these brand new female artists, and we give them an opportunity. When the Express did the story about us switching over when KXTN changed and they dropped their Tejano format and they went to the HD channels, the audience was like, "Well, what's going on?" I've been in San Antonio with Paulino Bernal. I would lease my station to Paulino. He would lease, tenía su ministerio. For años, all the people in San Antonio knew it was the Lopez family, but we were not doing Tejano. We were doing Paulino's music, you know. So when Paulino was getting sick and older and he passed away, that's when we switched over to Tejano. And then we added 92.1. But I told him, I said, look, I want to create the format. Yes, I want to keep the staples that are there, but the hits that we know that are there. But I want to give new guys an opportunity as well. So there's a lot of new music, more in K Alamo than there is in Magic, because there's just so many artists in San Antonio.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Where do you see it going in the future? I mean,
I
now
think-
that we're here,
I think with social media and videos and shows like this and things of that nature, I think there's a lot of internet radio stations as well. There's a lot of people who are going to get creative. I think the ones that are over the air are still very powerful, like the iHearts and things of that nature.
Yeah.
And they will continue. You know, like in Houston, I'll give you this as an example. Houston is a radio broadcasting market. Why? Because there's 7 million people in the metro, and it's what they call the concrete jungle. You're stuck in traffic. What are you going to be doing?
true.
Yeah.
What are you going to be doing while you're trying to get from your destination to the next destination? It could take you an hour, and you're still inside Houston, just trying to get to your. Okay, this is today. By the year 2100, and a lot of people may or may not know this, in 75 more years, New York City will no longer be the largest city in the country. The Dallas Metroplex will be the number one with 35.6 million. Number two, Houston with 35 million.
Wow.
Austin will be in the top 10, San Antonio as well. The South. So if if people, I don't know how it's going to look at 75 years from now. Is radio will be there or how it's going to look? But I'm thinking it's still going to be part of
In some form.
in some form.
Yeah.
Right. As long as they keep on doing where you can listen to it here, I think it's going to be the same.
Hey,
You got
real
a-
quick. Gufita, I think Aida. That's Aida Gufita.
Oh, okay.
She's online. Yeah, she's online. It's because I wanna. My nephew, his birthday was yesterday, and it's her son. I want to see if she's on it, so he can hear it, because his birthday was yesterday, and I was singing her birthday. Or tell him happy birthday. He's autistic. He's just turned 17 years old. So if you can see us, Aida, put him on there so you can hear us,
Oh, yeah.
and we can sing him happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Maximo.
Happy birthday, Max.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Maximo.
I did see the post. And he looks so grown. Like, it's like, from 16 to 17, it made a big old difference. Like, he looks grown. And
his beard growing.
Yep.
You do have another comment on there.
Let's see.
Amelia says, "Oh yeah, Sugar Bear and Mike Chavez."
Mm-hmm.
And then Mercedes and Justin again.
Okay, that one I do see. Do you feel that the Hano will circle back to the old style as we have seen retro in the fashion industry?
I'm sorry, my son is calling me. So
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay.
he needed to just see me. That's part of autism.
Oh, okay.
And he wants to see. I wish I could go a little lighter so people could see him as well. But he's looking at me, and he's FaceTiming. So he knows how to
Yeah.
FaceTime. So,
Can you put him on the camera?
Yeah,
Maybe you can
yes,
see.
I'm trying. I for some reason my battery's running low.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah,
it's too,
I
too
can't
dark.
bring them up. But it's they worry. They're very time driven.
Oh, yeah,
like
of
course.
at this time, and they're always checking in. But your question?
Yeah, so it was Justin again, I believe, and he had a question about the Hano. Do you feel that the Hano will circle back to the old style, quote unquote, as we have seen retro in the fashion industry?
I would hope so. I would hope that there's another Selena out there.
Yeah.
I would hope that there's another Joe and Jimmy out there. And here's something even interesting as well. With AI, I don't know what's going to happen.
I know,
you
that's
can
interesting.
put Selena, voice, and you can create new music.
Yeah.
I remember I always would talk to friends and said, Jimmy was like Grupo Mas. He was so talented. I always thought, why don't they record like 100 songs and put them in the vault? And if you're an artist, do that, put it in the vault, just like Prince did. And as you pass away, start taking songs out, and the family still gets blessed with revenues.
Oh, yeah, with
You
the
know what I mean?
royalties.
And I mean, because people are always looking for new music, even either it's old or new or
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
But now with AI, they may be able to do some new stuff. You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
so
scary. It's
so
a little. It's like, I don't know. That's-
so really quick, Carlos, you're pretty well known around the city and beyond.
Yes, sir.
You never thought about like running for mayor?
Oh, politics? No.
Yeah.
No. You know what, Ray? I it's interesting because I am a public figure,
Yes.
but I like my private life. I like to be just with my children. I used to do a show back in the day when we started KTMB, and we was with Zacatrin. Some people remember, some people don't. But he was a sock, and we would do like a countdown stuff.
Yeah.
It was real funny, right? But I remember that it got very, very hot where people were always, I would go everywhere. They were like, "¿Dónde está Zacatrin?" and this and that. But I thought after a while, I said, I don't like that because I like to be just with my family. I
Yeah.
like to be a private person. It drove me crazy because
The-
they're
all
always
the
asking
paparazzi.
the paparazzi. But it's Zacatrin. Where's the Zacatrin? Where's the Zacatrin?
Yeah.
But
He's
but it
he's
was
hunting
fun.
bees right now.
So I know, Carlos, that you do have some responsibilities to get to, and
Yes, sir.
I did want to thank you so much, and appreciate your knowledge and your advice to everybody who's dealing with the special needs or any kind of situation that they're dealing with. Letting them kind of know how to help and how to search for knowledge out there.
Yes, sir.
And the school and the Special Hearts thing that's another thing for them to reach out to. I know that you got to run back to your
Yes.
son's waiting for you there. once again, I do want to appreciate you, give you appreciation for showing up and giving us some knowledge on it. And we're actually going to do some more researching and try finding more help for anybody who is seeking any kind of special needs out there for their kids. But once again,
early intervention is going to be the most paramount to me. As soon as you get them diagnosed and get them into therapies, the better they can perform in life. Keep your faith, stay close to God, and ask God to bless your child and get them, and they'll reach their milestones differently. In other words, like you see your son crawling, that's great, or he's now walking. Your baby may be a little slower, but celebrate those moments as well.
Yeah.
And no matter how long it takes for them to get to the to their destination.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I wanted to thank you for that, and I'm gonna jump over to the camera for me so you can jump out of there.
God bless everybody.
Thank you so much. You're welcome here anytime you want to come.
To back. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys. So we're gonna jump. I'm gonna jump over here to the camera for me. We really do appreciate Carlos stopping by. Once again, I don't know if anybody who's just barely tuning in. Carlos has 3 special needs kids that he handles on a daily basis, and once again, he gave a lot of knowledge on how he copes with them and how he helps them, and the knowledge that he picked up, and and the special assistants out there, the teaching, the resources that he gave, and it was a very good message out there to anybody who's dealing, somebody who's new to special needs, who's new to, a kid having special needs, or just finding out today, tomorrow, that their kids, especially, there's nothing wrong with your kid. It just, they just need your help. They just need your help with it. Do the research. It's not the end of the world. It's actually a blessing to you. I mean, the kid is gonna be there with you, I mean, they just need you. That's all. That's the difference on it. But so I do want to get back to with Ray, Sylvia, and Epi, but I do want to get a little bit before, because we had one person step out real quick. We got to wait for him to come back. Once again, guys, so we do appreciate everybody who tunes in on here. I know there's Monica watching right now, Ram watching, Mercedes, Justin, Monica watching, Michael, Kiki, let's see, there's Smiley, Greg, Sylvia watching, Amelia watching, Janie, Yvonne. To all the people that are tuned in and shared it and are watching right now, guys, this is something that we do every Tuesday. We put a podcast out 7:30 to 9:30. I try to bring in some knowledge from the community and try to get y'all to, if you're ever needing something or anything like that. I do try to find resources as much as possible, try to get anything that's going on in Corpus, try to put the community out there, events that are going on, and, just trying to make it where everybody's able to put their stuff out there. And now we finally got our person back because he decided to make a visit somewhere. Let's see. Let me get this other camera going. And if you're watching right now, guys, we appreciate it if you comment, or if you want to jump online with us, you're welcome to jump online with us. Okay, we're good now.
Yeah.
Hey, can you make my camera blurry?
He just wants you to focus on his face, not on his
face.
body.
Can you bring it just straight to my face?
It's gonna break the camera.
Hey, so before we move on,
Scott, back a little bit.
Before we move on, I want to touch on something that on an earlier subject with Carlos. Guys, please tell your kids that it's okay. It's okay to have friends that have special needs. It's not something that's contagious. They're people just like us. So just please express that to your kids, because some kids can be very ugly in school.
Yep, that's so true. I have like I was saying earlier, my nephew, he's autistic. And luckily that he has a family that, I guess, the whole family was aware of it and everybody put their part. He's 17. My oldest daughter is 24, so she was still young. And then my youngest one is, 19? So she's like 2 years older than him. So they grew up together, and they all learned to cope to be with him. Like, how do I say it? So when they had stuff that they would do, as kids growing up, they learned to cope with him, like to do stuff with him.
Yeah.
So they got used to him being around with his special needs, that everybody knew that he had to be watched. Like, they're playing around, they're doing whatever they're doing. They all knew that they had to keep an eye on him.
Oh, okay.
He wanted to be involved, and my sister would be like, no, like, don't go. Like, no, that, and his cousins were like, no, let him go with us. We'll take care of him. And they did take care of him. And they learned, of course, when they were younger, it was a little hard, but as they started getting older, they realized, like, they knew. It's not that they realized, it was like normal to them that he had to be taken care of a little more than the normal.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, now he's 17 years old.
Yeah.
So his camera moved.
No, that's how he has it. I don't know. Yeah, he's a cool kid. I love Maximo. He's yeah. I know. Me and Ida were talking at Elizabeth's baby shower. She was telling me how, I don't know how we missed. I think we had a gig that day or something. But on one of his birthdays, it was dinosaur themed. Oh, it was his quinceañero. It was dinosaurs because he loves dinosaurs. And but yeah, we were just commenting on that. I was like, oh, my daughter too. My daughter, she's 25. She loves dinosaurs too. So they had that in common.
So
okay, Epi, stop moving around, Epi. Guys, everybody, 1, 2, 3. Tell Epi to stop moving around. I have to get up, fix cameras because Epi does not stop moving.
Wait, doesn't it look better now? Everybody's
Everybody.
centered.
What?
I said it looks better now. Everybody's centered
What do you mean everybody's centered?
on the camera.
Oh, hold on. I need to fix your mic because you sound like
It was bothering you or what?
You actually sound. You're sounding like a man
OCD.
these days. What did you do? Did you take those testosterone things?
Testosterone. They're pills.
They're what?
I don't know.
Okay, so let's get into some conversations here. Zarin, what's going on, Mr. Zarin? What's going on, Mr. Maria Lorenzo?
Hey, can I tell you the reason I'm wearing this darn jersey?
I'm almost 100% sure everybody knows why you're wearing it.
Because you're a Lions fan.
Because you support the Lions.
He's always lying. He's always lying.
So
Because you're a lion.
So this guy's a Lions fan, and now he wants to like explain why he's a Lions fan.
No, that is not true.
Are you sure?
Look at my cap. I'm still a Cowboy fan.
Okay, so give us an explanation.
Okay, so what happened was back in bank camp. So me and my sister-in-law, Michelle, she's a Lions fan. I'm a Cowboys fan. And for, I don't know, like the last 10 years, we've been whoever, like we had a bet, I guess you could say. Hey, if the Cowboys lose, I'll wear your jersey. If the Cowboys win or the Lions lose, you wear the Cowboys jersey. So all these years, the Cowboys have been winning. So she had to wear them. And it's for a whole week. I have to wear it for a whole week. And, well, she had to wear them for a whole week.
So is this like automatic, or do you renew the bet every season, or like it's just
No,
it's just what you do?
I think every season they play one time. I think it's one time.
Oh, okay.
I think. If not, I don't think there's ever been a year that they played twice, but they played one time every year. So every time they play, we make that bet.
Oh, that's cool.
And this year,
You had to wear the
unfortunately,
jersey.
yeah.
Okay, so
Sucks.
your sister's actually messaging on there and said that he doesn't want you to tell him happy birthday. He wants a birthday present.
Yeah, I know.
He's gonna
like,
get a
yeah,
hug.
I know.
He's gonna get a hug.
But he's got to get a hug. But he's still going to get the happy birthday, so he needs to get on so he can listen to us.
All right. So what conversation we're going to get into? I know that I wanted to get into some kind of little discussion and get into some little
What do you have in mind?
Some hot topic.
hot topic. We're talking
Dude,
about
it
me
got
again?
hot.
What do you mean it got hot?
Like you shined that light like right at me.
Bro, it's an LED.
It's still something's hot.
It's me. Oh, it's your Lions jersey.
Oh no.
It-
Let's not concentrate on this.
You're
okay?
the one that brought that. Nobody was talking about the Lions, and then you said, "Anybody want to know why I'm wearing this?" No, nobody mentioned it whatsoever.
Nobody cares.
Matter of fact, they were like,
They're mad, right? Everybody's mad.
"Yeah,
But
like,
for that one person that noticed, you want to make sure that they know why you're wearing the
Yeah.
jersey,
Yeah.
right? That's why. I get it. Yeah.
Hey guys, so I have a question for the audience out there. Who I really want to try this, guys. I want to do a podcast out at the water down there, down at Ocean Drive, and kind of just ask people as they're passing by why they're visiting Corpus, what they're doing here, where did they get information from about Corpus, give them some information.
How did they
Like,
end up here? How
yeah.
did they end up living here?
Well, a car, pretty much. I'm pretty sure they got here with a car,
You never know. They probably got here in a boat
a boat,
or a plane.
bro, a boat.
Or a
we're
train.
We're in the bay.
Dude, we're
They
not.
probably
We're,
came in a boat.
he thinks we're in Miami. We're the Bahamas, and
They
they're-
could have ran here like Forrest Gump. all the way.
But what's across our water,
Mexico?
More water.
huh?
The Gulf?
Okay, where do you come out of the Gulf? Where do you live in the Gulf?
I don't know.
I'm
Florida,
bad.
Cancun.
I'm bad at geography, so I don't know.
Oh,
I'll tell you.
my
I'm going to try it out for you. Bust out your iPad.
My
I'll draw it out
iPad.
for you.
So you have your sister-in-law on here. Ha 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 ha.
¿A cuál?
Who did you make the bet with?
Oh.
Oh,
So just so you know, I'm a man of my word. She didn't even wash it.
She didn't even wash it. So guys,
so you can't take it off at all? Like not even to take a shower?
Oh yeah, I could take it off, but I have to wear it. I have to put it back on.
Oh,
so pretty much, are you just gonna hide out for the whole week after this?
Yeah, kind of. Cause yesterday I was at home all day. I didn't go nowhere.
so it's till next Sunday that you have to wear it.
No, Friday. It's like 5 days.
They said Maximo is here right now listening.
Oh, hi,
Okay,
Maximo.
everybody, y'all ready?
Are we
1,
gonna sing happy
2,
birthday?
3. Happy birthday to you.
Cha-cha-cha.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Maximo. Happy birthday to you.
And many more.
On Channel 4.
Hey. So, I'm not gonna put him out there, but we had a little bet, me and him. Just so everybody knows he's autistic, right? So we had a little bet, and I told him, "Hey, dude, if every time you lose 5 pounds, I'm gonna buy you something from Amazon. So you gotta like pick whatever you want." And he lost. I don't even know how many pounds. If I like, you can put it on there. He lost a lot.
Really?
Yeah, he's already getting close to where he needs to be at.
Oh, that's good.
But
So
he-
have you been buying his?
Yeah, I've been buying them.
No wonder why your bank account's looking like that, bro.
And I tell him, but he doesn't. I don't care. I'm losing it. So this
I'm his
last
financial
time-
advisor, and I've been noticing that the money's missing. And now I know. Good job, Maximo. Good job on that one.
This last time he lost 10 pounds because it was 5 pounds. Every
He's
5
lost
pounds,
30 pounds.
30
Wow,
pounds.
that's
Yeah.
awesome. Good job, Maximo.
Wow, congratulations. 30 pounds. That's an amazing
Yeah.
weight loss there.
Accomplishment. Yeah.
So now, I mean, I can't be doing it all the time because he's gonna get too skinny, right? So after that, we're gonna hit the gym. Right, Maximo? We're gonna hit the gym.
But hold on. Who's holding you reliable for what you're doing?
What am I doing?
About your weight.
Nobody has ever told me anything. Like if
No,
if
no one makes a
somebody
bet
was-
with you?
Yeah. If somebody was to tell me,
so it's everybody else's fault, not yours.
yeah. If somebody was to tell me, "Hey, dude,
Oh, we have Dulce Hernandez. Sorry. Dulce, we haven't seen her in so long.
Oh,
How you doing, Dulce?
Actually, Dulce is from the valley, and she has a wonderful little system going on there. She has for weight
Speaking
loss.
of healthy, being
Healthy.
healthy, yeah.
Actually, Dulce should come on here, and we should actually bring Dulce in here to promote her weight
We
loss there.
should. It was a long time ago. I'm not going to say how long ago, but
Go ahead.
she was just so inspiring. I don't even remember how we met.
We actually met her through Herbalife.
Through Herbalife.
Herbalife.
And
I
she
was
was
just
just
gonna
so
say that.
she was so inspiring, and she got me and Scott onto Herbalife, and
Is she
just
the
you know
one that
thinking
likes-
about being healthy.
Is she
and-
the one that likes the gorditos?
What?
Is she the one that likes the gorditos?
Do you like
Like-
gorditos, Dulce?
Bro, I
She's
want
all
to.
like,
I want to drink
You're
what you're
my kind
drinking.
of guy. Like I like heavy set and it's
Is it like a commercial? Or?
No,
and
no,
then-
that's not Dulce.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So
guys,
she's-
guys,
To Dulce's
always,
husband, we are
always-
sorry.
Always remember that Epi just got here. Like every
I
conversation
can't
that
believe y'all don't know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Is it a different Dulce?
More than likely, I don't know what
Okay.
he's.
Tell me if you don't like gorditos.
Dulce, do you like gorditos? She's like, no comment.
She's
She's like, I like gorditas.
First of all,
corn
is she
tortilla
married? Is
with
she
some-
married?
Yes.
Yeah, she's
Those
married.
are
Well,
her
she was.
favorite customers.
She was.
Oh, because
She's gonna
Because
make
we
them
need to
lose
get
weight.
healthy.
Oh my God! Really, Epi? Oh, you gotta. Okay, look.
Well, you
No,
let me finish.
Nobody knows what's inside your head.
okay,
Okay.
with what you said, like a lot of inappropriate things were going through my
Through-
mind. I was like, okay, hold on, she's married. Like, oh my God. what
Okay,
are you
so
saying?
Dulce, what he's talking about for your weight loss, you need gorditos for
so
your
to help us
for
you
your
know?
marketing
Yeah.
for your. Oh my God!
I was about
Okay,
to refer
so-
to Nas
She's all,
for.
she put on there like,
divorce.
Okay, so just oh my God, God. Okay, this is what we deal with, guys. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my
Okay,
God.
so now to go back, Dante is on there and he said, "Is that a Lions jersey?"
Oh, my
Oh
God.
my God, man.
Dude, you didn't blur it out?
I can't blur it out. You brought attention to it. You're like, everybody, y'all want to know why I'm wearing this? Like, we had it like hidden, and then you just brought this out. Wow.
I know you don't want to do this, but I'm going to do it.
And then we have Mario Lucio watching as well. Shout
No,
out
I'm
to
gonna mess it
Mario.
up.
Thank you for being
Hey, so
with
what
us,
did you
Mario.
mean on your comment earlier when you said, "Do you think women have finally taken the wheel and improved their driving
Oh,
skills?"
God.
Oh,
Really,
yeah.
Ray?
Is there a story
Really?
behind that?
Really, Ray?
Yeah, that one was a good one. I commented on it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
What did
Okay.
I put under?
Okay,
Very.
so, and everybody could acknowledge this. I mean, it's the truth. I mean, you can't hide it. Dulce, everybody
She's
who's
a
on
bad
right now.
driver.
Dulce,
Any-
Dante, Mario.
Everybody who's on right now, and this
Aida.
is no joke. Seriously, guys, if your spouse is right beside you, if you are a female, ask your husband if you are a bad driver. If you are a husband and you're watching us right now, tell your wife if they're good drivers or bad drivers. Just because, I mean, honestly, on the cool, and don't be scared either. I already saw Dante's. I'm not doing that. Not me. I'm gonna put Cowboys 47 to 9 that they
So
lost.
what
but
you're
I ain't
trying
gonna
to
do that.
say is that all women are bad drivers? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes.
Straight up.
Yes, that's what everybody says, and I'm gonna be honest with. Okay, so I'm gonna explain to you why. Anytime, and you could do this. This is a homework for y'all. This is homework. Okay. Kiki's on there. Let's see. My husband said that I'm a good. Okay. Now,
scared.
Thank you, Kiki.
now,
Thank you.
hold on. Now take the gun away from. Don't take the gun out of your hand and the knife out of your hand.
No, Angel, no.
Now ask the question. Now ask the question. And then he's going to give you the right answer now. No, but seriously, guys, do this homework. As you're driving down the road, driving on the freeway, driving on the parking lot, driving to the street, if you see somebody who drives crazy, like they
Scott.
cut you off.
Hey, I've
they-
seen Kiki drive, bro. She's a maniac.
they cut you off. They park in the and they just do something crazy. Go and see who the driver is.
Exactly.
Without judging already. Go see who the driver is. See if it's a male or a female.
It's a female.
Next week when we come back, you answer that question again.
You know why? Because they're on their phone, they're doing makeup, and they're still trying to drive, bro.
No, that's not an excuse.
It's
They just can't drive.
because the thing is, the signs out there and like those bumps where you're supposed to park, those are all just suggestions. You know what I mean? Like it's not like hard law.
Lord.
If I take a curb, there's no law against taking a curb. You know what I mean?
Oh my God!
How many tires have you gone through?
You're
this
the
year?
one being
Oh,
negative.
you don't want to know how many tires she's gone through.
She don't drive.
Let's see. Armando
whenever-
and Maggie say, "What's up? What's up, man?" Janie says,
She said, I don't know about y'all, but everyone else, but I'm an awesome driver. I agree, Janie. I think women are awesome
Whenever I'm
drivers.
driving,
I don't know if that was for Janie or for you.
Did
I don't
we
know.
get an audience?
I don't know what that was for, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know who.
Hey,
who did
whenever
that.
I'm driving and I see somebody do something wrong, I'm all like, oh my gosh, she's so like dumb. And it's always a she. And I pass by and yep, it is a she.
Did
I
you
never see a he.
Okay, so I don't want to mean. I don't want to be.
You know when's the only time I see that it's a he? When I can't see him. Like he takes off. Like he just takes
So
off.
how did you know it was a he?
Because he took off. Like he goes fast. Girls, they
But-
just like, I don't know.
But if you never saw them, how did you know he was a he?
Because if it was a she wouldn't have took off fast. You get it?
You get it. We have Ashley
Get with the
Navarro.
program.
We have Patsy Trevino in the house.
Okay,
Shout out, guys.
so-
and I
so-
know they're
How you
awesome
doing?
drivers. So
So
Yeah.
Ashley's a worse driver too. I mean, we can probably ask Carlos on
well,
there.
So
she
you
said
can't-
I'm a bad driver, but did y'all die?
Oh my God!
You can't really ask a girl because she thinks like a girl's gonna think that every girl drives good. Like you can't. Like
Yeah, because we're just so
yeah.
dumb. We don't know. any
Kiki
better.
said the only time she drives crazy is when her husband makes her mad.
Poor Angel.
All the time.
Angel.
Angel,
I should share my Spark story, right?
what the hell was that?
Inquiring minds want to know.
I just heard music.
I
know,
heard
me too.
like a dinosaur.
It's because we're getting close to 31st.
We're getting close to the end of time. She said, I'm not a good driver, but I make it from point A to point B.
You see, and in between that A to B,
She hit
I was
C
in
and D.
there where you hit me. They can't hit C.
I
It's
know.
A and
She's
B.
going to A and B, but some way she hits C and D also.
Is she going
Who's
in a
Cindy?
triangle?
I don't know.
God damn! Oh my God! Ask her who drives when we are together. Ashley, who drives when y'all
You
are
hear that?
together?
Who said that? Carlos or what?
Yes.
Oh, you have Carlos over there on yours, and I have Ashley on mine.
Hey, I got a question.
Not
What-
all women are bad drivers, but
What-
I have seen some that shouldn't be behind the wheel.
Whenever a couple goes out of town, right? Usually, who's the one that drives? Who like says like, hey, you know what? Does the girl ever say, you know what, babe, I'll drive?
No. Well, I don't.
Or does the guy say, no, I'm gonna drive? You know what I mean? Like more than likely, most of the time, is the guy that drives.
Think
Why
so?
is that?
Well, for me, because I'm a passenger princess.
Oh my God! Really, God?
I can
Put one
only
of those-
speak for
put one of those
myself.
little
I can only speak for myself.
Hey, so read. Let's see. Who do you got there? You just read that one, Ray. Kiki's.
I have to go to yours. Hold on.
Really? You see the way that works? You see? Dude.
Oh, Kiki Perales. She said, LOL, but sorry. There are crazy drivers. I was hit last year on the highway and almost killed. Oh my gosh. And no one stopped to render aid. Hit and runs are bad here. Oh, that's so
Yeah, they
sad.
are.
You-
Oh my
you know,
gosh.
They really are.
Actually, they are the worst here in Corpus. Like, hit.
What?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Really? I mean, like, okay, did anybody hear him pop a can and pour this?
It's Coke, guys.
It's Diet Coke.
It's Coca-Cola.
Okay,
Oh, it's Coca-Cola.
so yes, guys, here in Corpus Christi, since I do go out to like a lot of the scenes and all that, man, Corpus is terrible, like bad for hit and runs. Not only hitting other vehicles, hitting pedestrians,
That's so
hitting,
scary.
you know, just being terrible like that. Epi, if you don't stop moving,
I'm not moving.
Yes, you are.
You need to duct tape them to the chair. Bro.
So one thing that I would recommend, like if I can give any recommendation on like hit and run wise, guys, always have the uninsured motorists on there because that's the reason why they're running. They're hitting and running because of the insurance, and it's really terrible here in Corpus. Of course, insurance and possibly they're intoxicated or under the influence. I don't know why else they would run there. I mean, it's really they should render aid no matter what. But you know,
can you elaborate on that insurance?
Huh?
Can you elaborate on the insurance? What did you say it was?
Uninsured motorists.
Uninsured, underinsured motorists.
Underinsured, underinsured.
Uninsured, underinsured.
So
motorists.
for people that don't know what it is, what
it means when Epi's out on the road because he doesn't pay for his insurance. If you hit me, I'm covered because I put on my policy that if somebody hits me that doesn't have insurance, that my insurance is going to cover me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And you got to
pay
ask
extra.
for that or what?
Well, if they're a good insurance company, they actually add it in there already. If you're a good salesperson, you already put that in there. But
is that part of the full coverage or is that not full coverage?
No,
that's it's full coverage, and then there you add all the. It's almost like having the PIMP,
like roadside assistance,
any of the stuff.
Can you have liability and have that?
Yes. Well, it's recommended that you have liability in that.
Oh, okay.
Any insurance that you have, put uninsured, non-insured motorists. Something to that nature.
it's called uninsured,
me.
underinsured motorists.
Not what?
Uninsured, underinsured. Because it's like if the other person is uninsured, then you're covered. But if the person is underinsured, like let's say
They just have liability.
yeah, they don't have enough to cover whatever your expenses, then it pays too.
Okay, so my mom put on there. That's not true. I drive and my husband sits and sleeps because
he's a passenger.
Okay,
prince.
but at the end of the day, it's because min manda. That's what it is.
Oh, so he's like,
I feel-
so
I
at the end of the day, it's because min manda. He's like, no, you're gonna drive me there, and that's the way it's gonna work.
This is what I feel between Scott and Effie.
But wait,
I feel like y'all are trying to do battle of the sexes. I think
we
Ray
don't.
Ray's not trying to get involved. He's instigating, but not trying to get involved.
I'm just picking at the issue.
And I don't know if I want to get into that battle or not.
Hey,
I
wait,
don't know.
but your mom, is it like in town or out of town?
No matter what, my dad don't drive, bro. And I'm gonna be honest.
He drives his own truck.
It's more because he probably don't even like on the cool. He's probably one of those that like needs bumpers like all the way around. But
one of the reasons I do not like to drive with Scott in the car is because he is a backseat driver or a passenger seat driver.
Oh, I would believe
Like
that.
he's like he thinks. Oh gosh, y'all are gonna be our counselors. He thinks that like he's the most perfect driver in the whole world, and so when I drive, he's like, oh wow, that curve was too long, or that you cut it too short right there, or I'm like, dude, just let me drive, just let me drive.
By you saying that he says he's a what do you say, the most perfect
He
driver?
thinks he's the most perfect driver.
But you also think that too.
I don't think I'm perfect.
Yes, you do,
I don't think I'm perfect, but I'm not telling you.
I'm not saying
it's
that.
kind of like religion.
I'm saying
you
that you think
I'm
he's
perfect.
the perfect. And I'll tell you why.
Why?
Because
Why,
there's been
Epi?
so many
Luis
times
Cruz.
that we go out on the road and I'm driving and she gets a panic attack. I'm a good driver.
Hell no.
I'm a real
Hell
good driver.
no. Okay.
Do you put on makeup while you're driving?
No.
Oh.
And so I'm driving and she's having a heart attack and then like 20 minutes later, 30 minutes later.
So don't feel special.
Scott tells me, "Hey, dude, I'll drive."
Don't feel
And I'm
special.
like, "Okay." Like,
I feel
why?
like that with everybody. Just not Scott.
You know why? Because you think he's the best
No, I don't think he's
driver.
perfect. I just like, if anyone's gonna kill me, just let it be Scott. You know what I mean? I don't want you to kill me, or just let it be Scott.
Hey, can we go get some of these comments going? I
Okay,
believe it's Kiki.
let me gotta go back to the other one. Hold on.
It's just stay on the other one. Which one?
But then I can't see your mom, or I can't see Ashley, or stop telling me what to do.
No, I'm
the hell?
Manda. You know that, right?
We're not driving right now, okay? My phone. Okay. Anyhow, let's see.
She's mad, guys.
Y'all are funny.
Okay, Kiki Perales. Doctors here.
Hold on.
Oh, wait. Carlos De Leon. I just put an insurance bumper sticker on my car so people think I have insurance. He's all progressive. And then Kiki Perales. Doctors here could not believe I survived. I had a compound fracture, broken pelvis, broken wrist, fractured skull, open degloving injury on my right leg, and closed degloving injury on the buttocks. My husband suffered a broken ankle. Oh my gosh, Kiki, that's
Who was
so
driving?
Horrible. Wow, really?
I'm just asking.
Wow.
And then you got
Ashley, Epi is not a good driver.
and then you got Clarissa.
Oh my God, Ashley.
I'm a good driver. Clarissa, I'm gonna okay.
Do not call your niece out. Justin said,
No, hold on.
is
hold
that
on.
why Scott has a car that can drive itself?
Oh wow.
Dun, fireworks, bro,
Who said that?
fireworks.
Justin from the
Justin.
coffee
Dude,
bar.
you're supposed to be on our side.
And then Millie.
I don't see Millie. I see Ashley still can drive at night and is good on open road. Thank you, Ashley.
Millie says, the one time I drove out of town with Omar asleep, a deer ran into a car. Now I'm a passenger princess as well.
So was that the
It
deer
works
ran
out
into
better.
the car? Or did the car run into
I know.
the
I
deer?
was gonna say that.
Okay, so
Sorry,
that,
sis.
that's the typical woman conversation there. And then let's see, Ashley driving now. Okay, the next one is Chewy.
Chewy Loco. My older brother's truck got hit a while back, and that's because it was parked. Some guy was backing up, and I guess he didn't see my brother's white truck and got tapped from the rear. So it's not just women. Men can be bad too. Thank you, Chewy. Thank you so much.
Look, Chewy.
I
Look, Chewy.
completely
No,
agree.
no, Chewy. Chewy.
Thank you.
If
Real men admit that they're horrible drivers.
real men wear pink. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't
that's
happen.
not true.
No, that's not true. Let's see. Who else we got on here? Shout out to Elizabeth. A shout out to Jessica. I've never hit anyone. They always hit me. Yeah, sure, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
Ashley said, I never hit anyone. They always hit me. That's a typical girl. Yep.
That's normal for women.
Let's see. My brother is a bad. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Lisandro.
Lisandro's a bad driver. That is one male that I do know that.
Okay, but did he wreck? Did he do anything? What happened with him? He was speeding. Remember what I was telling you earlier
He
about
was what?
man? He was speeding. He sped.
That's
But that's
one
okay.
time, bro.
That's a man thing.
That's one time. There's still a lot more.
And that's okay.
Wait, no, he hasn't. He's never wrecked. Or anything. Oh yeah, well, he did.
Oh, guys.
I don't like this subject because I feel like we're just throwing a lot of karma on each other.
Okay, so
I ain't saying a damn
Before
thing.
we leave,
I
I was gonna say before we leave, we're gonna have to like rub eggs on ourselves. so
I
we
got
can
holy water in there.
Get all this karma away.
Clarissa.
Huh?
I agree with Bills is a terrible driver.
Oh, Ashley.
No, Clarissa.
Oh, I gotta go back to that.
I already put it on there. And then Jessica put on there, Rudy, my dad, Mondo are all horrible drivers.
She didn't say Ray.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm saying it.
you know what? Hold on, guys. You know, the conversation always escalates with me, Sylvia, and Epi. Now, there's enough of this guy sitting in the corner.
We have Mr. Switzerland over
Yeah,
here.
he just sits in the corner and gives no input on any of it. He just
I've
barely
never
puts-
really seen Sylvia drive, bro, so I can't
No.
say
Thank
anything.
You got other drivers on here.
AKA,
You
she's
got
a good driver,
sisters.
so I can't comment.
You got
That's what that
sisters.
means.
You got
They're
your
horrible
mother.
drivers, bro.
There we go. That's what we want to hear. Yes,
Okay, but No, but you know what? I'll tell you something about my mom. This is my mom. She can go to HEB and she'll park at the very last parking space when there's nobody parked in the parking lot, right?
Wait, she has trouble parking probably.
She doesn't want to be in your cars, bro. When she's just afraid to hit something. She will walk a whole mile to get to the store, bro. She could probably get there quicker walking from her house than it is to the parking lot to the HEB. But that's her thing, bro, because she doesn't like to park around other cars.
So you might get in trouble now
because
because
there might be other girls there, right?
right before that, Jessica Reyes said, Ray is a pretty good driver. Now that you have mentioned about the sisters, let's read back now.
I didn't say which ones.
Yeah,
I
wait
got
a minute.
four.
Wait a minute.
Ashley says, I admit I am a bad driver, but never hit anyone. Lies.
Unless,
She's
it's
never-
intentional,
nobody's ever
then
known.
get out of our way.
I've never seen Sylvia drive exactly, and you won't
I've
see
never
it
seen Sylvia
like
drive.
that. That's the,
That's like the second person that said that.
no.
That they've
That's
never
a
seen me
lot of
drive.
people that said that. I kind of
She bought a car and it had like 2,000 miles.
no. She
And
okay,
now has 2001.
2010.
no. Check it. I'm gonna be real with y'all guys.
Y'all better not
and
talk
those-
mess about my car.
And
I'll
those
tell y'all.
miles, he's driving.
I'm gonna tell y'all that right now.
I'm gonna be real with y'all guys. She bought a car, and the car, just say for instance, it's the truth. It had 46,000 miles on it. We bought the car, 46,000 miles. She wanted this car out of all the vehicles. She wanted this car. I want this car. I want this car. I want this car. I want this car. So she got that car, 46,000 miles. Her son's car had messed up, so her son borrowed the car. He borrowed it for about a week. We've gone on to be 2 years from now already, and the car has 46,300 miles. She has put 260 miles on the car, guys, and that's because
200
I
of
probably
it was
used it
Junior.
to go do the oil change.
Yeah.
So like, she don't drive. She doesn't drive.
Car.
You love the car because it's a statue.
Yeah.
It's a statue, and
She goes in. She goes over there and she cleans it, and then she turns it on. Turns on the radio, like.
I'm like a teenager. and
uh,
then turn it
and
off.
It's got hot. I'm not going to go inside.
Ashley put, Sil, I love you, Leslie, but I'm scared. Oh my God. Yeah. So this is
Y'all
Hey,
are
but
bad.
you know what, dude? I do remember one time
You
We
know
were coming-
Bandcamp, bro.
we were coming back.
I don't like when you remember stuff, man.
No, for real, for real. I'm gonna give you props. So yeah,
Props.
One time,
One time.
He jumped shit,
One
bro.
time. We've known each other like 30 years almost.
one
Okay.
time we were coming back from New York, and we were in that RV. Remember?
Yes, I do remember when you were supposed to drive.
Yeah, I was supposed to drive, but she didn't let me.
Because you
I drove for like 30 minutes, but I woke up one time and she was driving that big old bus. I was like, "What the hell?"
look, so I'm gonna be real honest with
How
y'all
many,
guys.
how many hours did you drive? Do you remember?
She drives the whole night.
I
No
drive through the
matter
night,
what.
yeah.
Like I
For
will
like 8
drive
hours.
from 6 in the
Yeah.
morning. I drive from 6 in the morning till midnight every single time. If we're driving like to New York or whatever, I'll drive from 6 in the morning till midnight. From midnight till 6:30 in the morning, she drives. And I'm pretty much passed out, so she like loves it because I'm not like I'm not going.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
that's probably the only driving she's ever done.
But I feel bad for my passengers because when Scott drives, he can drive like 10 hours straight, no radio. And he don't
I
want
know, it
anyone listening to
sucks.
nothing. If you want to listen to something, bring headphones. It's
from
like
here to San Antonio.
Yeah,
Like,
no, I
quiet.
noticed that.
but
annoying.
when I drive, I feel bad because it's through the night and they're trying to sleep. But it's the radio all the way loud, and I'm going through all my
Yeah.
songs and I'm singing along, and it's
I-
so.
I
but-
So
give you
who
that.
has more tickets than who?
No, if Scott has the most, it's because
I-
he drives the most.
I got a lot of tickets because I go to the theater a lot.
Not that. No, Epi.
I'm a slow driver when I drive. Like I don't speed. I don't go over the speed limit.
Okay, so
I go under the speed
So
limit.
I'm gonna give y'all a little background, guys, a little bit. So the tickets that she does have, that she got like back in like the 80s, 90s area.
80s.
She actually was speeding because she was mad at me, and she was going like 5 miles over the speed limit because Robstown. And then the other one, she cut off a cop.
Oh yeah.
Like
I did
straight-
that one time.
But no. Like straight up like, and the cop's like, he comes up to the window. He's all like, did you not see me or something? She's all like, no, I didn't see you. That's why I turned into the lane. He's all like I'm a cop car. And she's like, yeah.
You know where that happened to me? Like if you're leaving IHOP to
woman.
go back under the freeway, like to Ayers, that little turn under the freeway. Like if you're leaving IHOP on Greenwood, and you go under the freeway,
Oh, yeah.
and then it merges from the. Okay, so I did that, and I cut a cop off. I didn't see him,
Yeah. Oops.
and when he pulled me over, he goes, "Why did you cut me off?" I'm like, "Man, I didn't see you, bro. We need to take some driving lessons." Or say he didn't give me a ticket though.
Why do
Well, he was
cops?
pissed
Why
off.
do cops like want you to like? Oh my God, you're a cop. Like I'm supposed to like
Well,
treat you special.
no.
You're just another car.
So just let me explain something to you right there. What he said, why did you cut me off? And Ray Ray responded with, I didn't see you. So that means when he goes to court, Ray Ray is guilty. So that's the reason why they asked that question
Yeah.
like that.
You're not supposed to answer any
That
questions.
I did. That's it. Here's my license. Here's my insurance.
but I'm pretty sure.
But then maybe he
the
would have given
cop-
me a ticket. He didn't give me a ticket.
Well, I mean, the ticket would not held up in court. What camera did he have? What did he have on you? You
It
cut
was
me
back
off.
in the 80s. They didn't have cameras.
Exactly. So
Did they?
so
They
so
I don't
They
know.
have the big old.
so a word of
Like
advice.
this.
A word of advice whenever you do get pulled over and they ask you why are you speeding, don't ever answer that question. Don't ever. I'm in a hurry to get to. You just screwed yourself. Your attorney can't help you at that point. You're pretty much screwed.
Yeah,
Your
that's
response is, I was not speeding, and let them go and figure out how to calculate their speedometer or their radar, whatever they were using. They better be able to prove it at that point because you did not admit to it. You know, even if you don't even have a registration on your damn car, and he says, "Why don't you have a registration? Can I have my ticket?" That's it. Don't give him no response. Don't do nothing.
Don't
with them.
incriminate yourself.
Yeah,
I
don't
was,
do it.
I was going to Kingsville. Oh, going towards Kingsville, right? But I was on what is it, 665 by Chapman Ranch, going to Bishop.
Yeah.
I'm bad with geography.
So a cop stopped me there, right? And I've always thought that it was 75. The speed limit was 75 on 665. Apparently it wasn't. So the cop stopped me. The cop was coming this way and I was going this way, like. And then I saw him turn around, but I'm going 75. Like, so he stops me and he tells me, "Hey, the reason I stopped you because you were speeding." And I was like, "No, I wasn't." He goes, "Yeah, you were." I said, "Dude, I have my cruise control. I'm on 75.
Wow.
And he tells me, "Dude, this is 70.
Wow.
I'm like, "No, it's 75. I was over here arguing with him.
God.
You should have
Like,
just given him
dude, I
$200 right there. Okay.
I was like,
Just
"Dude,
take this to the
I
judge.
know." And he
Let's
was
see.
like, "Hold on." And he was like, "No, it's 70. I'm like, "Dude, are you sure? Because I always thought I've been driving this road forever." And he was like, "Now you know, it's 70. Slow it down." And he took off.
Didn't give you a ticket.
He didn't give me a ticket. was cool.
Jessica says, "Do not ever blow."
What? Okay, I'll take that.
Epi, what?
Ay,
Oh,
ay, ay.
she's-
Something else, bro.
And
And
you
there
talk
was-
about women. Okay.
Okay, and then Ashley put on there, shit, they asked me, I'm like, what? Me? I was? Yeah, exactly. That's
Yeah,
very
good
smart.
job, Ash. Good job.
Have y'all ever got
Or-
pulled over in Mexico?
Oh, that's scary. I don't even want to think about that. God.
So,
Whenever you get pulled over, and if you have time, go to the passenger side. Like, boom.
in
and-
Mexico?
No, here. Anywhere.
Oh my God.
Did you see
so
that
like
one?
you're on the freeway, they pull you over.
Yeah.
You're by yourself. You just go to the
Go
passenger.
to the passenger side. Be like,
Did you see that one lady
Yeah,
on
freak.
Facebook?
On
When
what?
the cop pulled her over, he says, "Ma'am, what's your name?" She's all, "Frida." Your last name? To go. You're free to go. Thank you. She took off.
So, to your
there was
question,
one guy. There was this one girl that got stopped, and she's like, I thought y'all pretty girls go. Like, no, y'all don't get pretty girls tickets. You're like, here's your ticket.
so
We don't.
going back to
yeah,
Jessica's question, have you ever got pulled over in Mexico?
That sounds scary, Jessica.
So one time in one time in Monterrey,
In Mexico.
I was driving. I had a vehicle out there, and I was driving, and I'm going, and I don't know what the speed limit. I don't think there is a speed
They
limit.
don't have speed limit.
And I'm going down the city, like the road, and I'm going, and there's a guy that comes to the middle of the road, and he starts blowing his whistle, and it's a transporte or whatever they are.
Transito.
Transito. He's blowing his whistle, and I see him, and bro, what the whistle means, I don't know. I'm from the United States. It's lights that stop me, not a whistle. Whistle's like,
You're all flag on the play.
Yeah, I was all like, play's over. I was like, what? I kept on going. And the people that I were with, they were all like, oh my God, they're going to chase us. I'm all like,
He was walking.
He was walking. How is he going to chase us? I mean, I don't understand how he was going to chase us. He was walking. Like,
He gonna chase you on a donkey, bro?
That was
I think on the
that was on Almazan. I remember that night, that day. It was a day.
Let's see.
Jessica, they do. I was speeding and passed 2 stop signs. So did they pull you over, Jessica, or what happened? Because I hear like
I think they honk at you when you stop at stop signs.
Because I hear that you can just
it's a
give them like
whistle.
$50 and they'll let you go.
Uh,
That's what I hear. I don't know.
yeah.
I don't mean to stereotype or anything, but I'm just saying.
Wow, that was racist.
I'm not trying to be
was
racist. I'm
so-
Mexican. What the heck?
So
you're a rich Mexican.
I am.
You live on this side.
I'm
on
on,
this
where's my
side of
money?
the grass.
Where's my
so like to all the people that are never mind. I better
She said yes and paid $60. You paid the cop $60?
Damn, that was a lot.
damn,
You
boy's a
give him like-
millionaire now.
Wow.
He's all I can't wait for her to come back. When's she coming?
Yeah.
She said it's true. I've heard that. I've heard about
But not $60.
how much.
Like 10 probably.
No. The way it works, it's what you have in your pocket is what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So in other words, when the cop
Okay.
comes up to you, you're supposed to say, I don't have no money. I don't have no money. I don't have no money.
But what if they frisk you?
No. What you got to do.
And then you're like,
you
yeah, baby.
You got to have two sets of money. You got to have your money over here, and then the
The fake money.
The
The,
fake-
the
yeah, the-
decoy.
what do you call it? The
So you put it in your
Stash,
sock.
a little
the
stash.
mordida money. So whenever they stop you, like, this is all I got. You only show $10. One time, look, this is for real. My uncle, he got stopped, and he was like this, like, oh, I'm gonna hurry here, and he just gave him like 10 pesos, like maybe like $1. I gotta take a shit here. And he just takes off, like, okay. He just takes off.
I probably would have took it too. That dude used the restroom in my car. Like
That happened to me in Corpus. They let me go.
Yeah, for the restroom.
Coming down Staples.
Did you give him $10?
I was leaving Cheddar's and had 2 of those big old margaritas. And I was going down Staples and really didn't need to go to the restroom. So right before I get to the Everhart crossing, boo, and I'm like this,
You're
bro.
like,
I'm like, hey,
really?
officer, I'm sorry. I really had to go to the restroom. He's all, where are you coming from? From Cheddar's. Have you been drinking? Yeah, I just had a couple margaritas. Well, go do what you got to do. He let me go.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen with
You
me.
get so lucky, knock on wood.
Yeah,
We're gonna knock
nah.
on wood.
Yeah, Nicole, they don't do that with me at all. Like
You
it's,
just look guilty, bro.
well, I mean that's the thing though, because I'm not gonna fall into their bullcrap, but they're gonna arrest me, and then my attorneys go do their
You
job.
were just telling us not to like incriminate ourselves.
I know.
I just said if you're gonna arrest, they get mad because I'm not giving into their little questions,
Their little
and they're like,
games.
"Oh, I'm taking you to jail." Well, let's go, hurry up, and then get out and do the whole.
You need to get
not
that.
guilty.
Consider today your lucky day.
Jessica
Yeah.
said, shit, I would have given them my car. I just wanted to get back to the U.S.
Hell yeah!
I would have been shitting bricks.
Hey.
I'm so scared.
Hold on,
It's scary out there.
It is scary.
maybe I could get.
I know
in
we
my
went to
car.
Monterrey and we were passengers in somebody else's car. Okay, so to backtrack, we went through Progreso, right? And so we had to get a permit to go to Mexico. and the
Why you laughing about that?
and the permit, they got a piece of paper. Like, to me, it's a piece of paper, but it's a card. And they wrote on there, like, you have permission to be in Mexico in handwriting. Here's one for Scott, one for Sylvia. And so then we go, we're in Monterrey, and then we're coming back. And it was like at one of those checkpoints or whatever. So like a bunch of cops with guns, like machine guns or whatever. They're like,
The
they
military.
come up to us. And they're like, are y'all from Mexico? And we're like, no. You have permission to be here?
Scott was like, she is. I'm like,
They're all, you have permission to be here? We're like, yes, let me see. And we pull out a piece
The
of paper,
paper.
that somebody hand wrote. Scott has permission to be in Mexico. And then they're like, oh, okay, good. Yeah, y'all keep going. I was like,
Oh,
what
wow.
the hell? Like,
Sylvia thought we were dead.
I was like, anyone can just write on there, like, Scott has permission, of course, in Spanish, that was just weird
you know
to me.
what's against the law over there? Tint on your windows.
Really?
Yep, tint is not allowed
At all?
on the windows at all.
But yet it's cheaper to get it tinted over there.
Oh,
oh
shit.
yeah, right.
Oh, ironic.
Things to make you go.
So are they breaking the law by tinting the windows?
Ooh, good question.
Interesting.
things.
White,
Oh,
but is it
oh,
because
oh,
Oh, okay. So maybe you pay over there, and you pay the guy to tint your windows, and then on your way back to give you a ticket and make you strip it so you can go back and retint it. And it's just a cycle.
It's a business.
I think it's on the second part of it though. It's
like
on
going
the,
past the border.
Yeah, the second border part of it. Hey, I do have a knowledge for y'all to leave on today's podcast. Hey guys, don't forget we are headed to Acapulco on airline. If y'all want to go
Mexico.
munch, Acapulco on airline. If y'all want to go munch, Jessica, Monica, all of y'all are welcome to come join us. Chewy, Ashley, Carlos, everybody who's on there, come join us at Acapulco. Give us some more ideas to conversate next time. But a word of advice, and knowledge for you to have. I learned this today. So when you see a statue of a man on a horse, if the horse front feet are up in the air, the person who's on the horse died at war.
In a battle.
Some kind of battle. If the horse's feet are all four on the floor, that means they died of natural causes. That is something to remember.
A little trivia.
Whenever y'all travel and you see a statue there, you can actually tell whoever you're with, that person died at battle. And then they say, how the hell you know that? Scott from Atomic Talk told me that. So just remember that.
Food for thought, man. Food for thought. Hey, really quick. Speaking of Jessica, she put out on her Facebook at Coast Live Credit Union on Saratoga. They're having a blood drive on Friday, bro. So if you guys can donate blood, it'll be from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And it's at 6810 Saratoga Boulevard. And they're going to be raffling off some gift certificates at HEB. So $50 gift certificates. So if you guys can go help out, they'll be taking blood from 2 to 4 at Coastal Life Credit Union on Saratoga.
And one more thing, guys, that it's already coming to an end on our show. Went by quick as always. I am looking, if you know anybody or a relative or somebody, I am looking for a graphics person for Atomic Talk to work on Tuesdays during our Atomic Talk show. So keep an eye out. We are looking for a graphics person for live graphics, and I'll teach the person how to do it. So if you know anybody who's looking to work, let me know. What else do we got? That's pretty much it. We are done with our show, and once again, guys, we're headed out to Acapulco on airline. Big shout out to our crew in the backgrounds, Rihanna.
I heard her laughing earlier.
And our audience.
And a big shout out to
audience.
Oh yeah. We do
Our live
appreciate
audience.
we do appreciate y'all guys for showing up here,
Thank you,
guys.
I don't appreciate you laughing at me, but
Once again, guys, make sure if they do want tickets, make sure they submit an email to the atomictalk@gmail.com to get tickets to come to the show. And once again, guys, we do appreciate y'all. Y'all stay safe. What Epi? What Epi? What Epi? Just say it. Say what you got to say.
I wasn't gonna say anything. I was gonna tell you before he left. I was like, hold on, I got one more thing. I'm just kidding.
Hey guys, one more thing before we do leave. Tomorrow, if I'm not mistaken, I'm not a meteorologist, but tomorrow look like you're gonna be dressing in sweaters. Laters, guys. Y'all stay safe, guys.
I do got one thing.
Bye.
October 20 is my birthday. We're gonna party. Party hardy. Hey, can you put my Cash App under?
Dominique said he was gonna say "Go Lions."
He was gonna say. Oh, you?
Didn't.
No, he said you were gonna say "Go Lions." Go Lions.
Oh.
Whenever Scott's like, "Whoa, what are you gonna say?" That's what you were gonna say. "Go Lions."
No.
What did Dominique say?
I don't know. I don't know what he said.
Hey, actually, before we go,
my birthday.
No, there was a wedding.
Oh yeah! Congratulations, Dominique.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Dominique, and to your wife, man. Wish y'all many years, man.
His nephew.
My nephew.
He's his nephew and one of my good best friend's son. I known him before they knew him, so it's kind of cool. He was like probably like 3 months old, man, and he got to always chill with me. So it's really cool that he's an amazing person, amazing adult, man. I mean, he loves his kids, man. It's good. Amazing thing to see.
He's a cool dude.
And congratulations once again. We will see y'all again, guys.
Peace.
Y'all stay safe.
Bye, everybody.
Adios.
Bye.